Go.
Shadows rising in the mirror, people running in terror. We will pierce with the light, 'cause we'll stand for what is right. Kamen Rider, Dragon Knight, together we can fight the fight. Kamen Rider, Dragon Knight, together we can fight the fight. So let's ride. And yes, that was the decade card
with the Flash. Season 6 with the mirror dimensions. Yes, that's true. We're canon with DC, so let's ride with the Flash. Kamen Rider Dragon.
Hello and welcome everybody to Rider Time Podcast. I know it's been a while because we got quarantine and we got a lot of Ranger actor interviews in these last few weeks, and we got plenty more coming up. So thankfully, in the next week or two, Kamen Rider 01 is gonna go back on air like it was intended to, and we're gonna go back to our normal stuff. So we're finishing up our retrospective review of Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. We're doing part 3 of our 3-part retrospective, episodes 30 to 40. And this is TimeRider Zero, and with me is my second writer, Kamen Rider PsychoFox. How you doing?
Shut right.
Dude, let me put it like this.
And of course, audience, we love you. Thank you for coming to our show. We are happy to be here, and of course, we also want to thank our lovely sponsors. Would you like to take it away, good sir?
Yes, this episode of the Rider Time Podcast is brought to you by Ranger Stock Convention, which is November 13th to the 15th, 2020 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstoporlando.com for more info.
And with that said, let's get started.
We got 10 episodes left.
Where we last left off, we had to deal with not the second clip show episode as the crew goes through the mirror to escape from the G-Men as they try to have their final confrontation against JTC and Xaviax. But before they manage to split off and fight the two, Case reveals that she had a trump card up her sleeve, quite literally, in the form of survive cards. As it turns out, in the canon of this show, every single one of the riders has supposed to have a survive card, but Case was only able to retrieve 2 of them, which thankfully were Dragon Knights and Wing Knights, but sadly not hers. So she hands the both of them to them as a last resort. And next thing you know, she's fighting JTC while the other 2 are struggling to fight Xaviax in the form of Kamen Rider Wrath.
No. It's the other way around. She fights Wrath while they fight JTC, who we find out because Kamen Rider Sting and Kamen Rider Thrust are gone.
And because of the upgrade that Xaviax gave him in the previous episode, he is able to tame both a Metal Gallus used by Thrust and Evil Diver used by Sting. So now he's able to combine Venosnake with the 2 of them to create what in the Japanese version is called Genocider, but they had to change the name for it because it's CW. You know, you can't have that.
You can't use the word genocide on the CW.
Yeah, genocide.
That's until Arrow comes in, which is like a few years later.
but to be clear, the actual name for the combined monster is in fact Genocider, and he mops the floor with Kid and Len. Eventually, the 3 of them try to set reunite and try to set a trap to fight against Xaviax. And while she's holding off a Wrath so that Wing Knight could use his final event on him. So Kid could use his final event on him. Unfortunately, Wrath uses his time vent to escape. while Venosnake uses its final event with Strike in order to destroy Case. So unfortunately, Len loses the love of his life.
I want to talk about that. God dang. Okay, real quick. So, actually, no. Yeah. So Kamen Rider Strike murders Case right in front of them. After Wrath was like, "Gotcha." It's like, wait, what? And he just pulls a fatality on her, and then she dies. And Len is like,
it must really suck to be Len, because first you lose your apprentice, and then you lose your girlfriend.
yeah, and so and Kid Taylor's like, "Yo, man, don't worry, we're gonna get him back." It's like, he's mine. Next episode, that's when they use the survive modes or to the Power Ranger fans, the battleizers. They use their battleizers, and in episode 31, they murder Strike dead. JTC is gone.
And JTC even tries to pull a Drew. It's like, oh no, it was an accident. I had to change of heart.
Like, nah, fam. And just mops the floor with him. And you're probably wondering where Amaya, the nerd, and what's her face are. What's the other two?
Maya, Trent, and Lacey.
Yeah, you're probably wondering where Amaya, Trent, and Lacey are going. Well, the G-Men picked them up, and they're actually trying to figure out where Len and Kit Taylor are. And they're actually tracing, because they have a device that actually shows you, hey, this is where they are. Let's go to them, right?
Man, they're all over the place. It's going to be hard to put a pin on where they are. While they manage to,
I want to get this one, because I want to talk about this episode. So while that's all going on, Kamen Rider Wrath shows up, which is supposed to be like Len's original teacher or something like that.
Yeah, he's the one who taught him how to fight.
Yeah, so Wrath in the form of Xaviax in the form of Wrath. They know it's Xaviax at this point. They go after Wrath, and Wrath mops the floor with them, even with their battleizers or survive mode on. And as Wrath is about to kill Len with his final vent, Kit Taylor unmorphed from his battleizer, tries to uses final vent to try to knock down the final vent of Evox. Not Evox, Xaviax. My bad.
A lot of bad guys like to use the letter X in their names. Xaviax, Xandred, Evox,
Vengix, Frax. But yeah, so as he's trying to final vent him, Wrath pulls a major look. And he makes Kit final vent for no reason. And he's like, well, I got you where I got it. It's like, wait, it's a trap? Goodbye, Kit Taylor. And people, I just want to say this. They legit pulled a Goku. They pulled a Goku where they killed off their main character.
They pulled off a Cell Saga Goku.
Yes, Cell Saga Goku specifically, because Kit Taylor dies after getting final vent, after he gets vented. Like, freaking Wrath kills Kit Taylor. And as he's venting, Len's like, no. It's like, no, like, Len, it's okay. I've accepted this. And vanishes away. And for the first time ever, okay, well, before I get to that part, Xaviax takes the Dragon Knight deck. He's like, I'll take this for safekeeping. And disappears. For the first time ever. And I ain't think we're ever going to have this in the show. The show actually has emotion. You're probably wondering why I'm saying this. One of my biggest issues with the show, since we started watching, none of these characters emote. They don't. Len specifically does not emote at all. He's just stiff the entire time. He finally emotes. Amaya, who we have never seen emote at all, even when she found out that JTC was working for Xaviax the entire time, you see her kind of tearing up. You see her hugging Len. It's a very powerful moment. And then homegirl who's one of the G-Men is like, hey, listen, I don't want to break this up. Do you know this guy? You don't see who she's pointing at, but Len's like, take me to him now. And it's like, we might be able to win this now.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, episode 31 finally gave us emotion. And I know one of your biggest problem, I know it's not a big problem to you, TRZ, but for me, one of the big things about Kamen Rider and one of the big things about Power Rangers, if I were to take both shows, is that they know how to emote when it comes to a very emotional scene. And my Kamen Rider, I'm talking about the Japanese version. I'm like specifically 01 because I am not watching any other seasons of Kamen Rider. But when you see Aruto or Fua or Yaiba emote, they emote very, very well. Power Rangers. I mean, y'all saw our interview with Jason Font. Like him and like with the scene where him and Aaron Cahill are emoting when Jen and Wes have to leave, that's raw emotion. This is 2009. And this is the CW. The CW is well known for emoting. Smallville did not run 10 plus seasons without them emoting.
If anything, I think the real issue is there might have been some restrictions because it was on a kids block. I think maybe if they aired Dragon Knight at a later time slot, like not Saturday morning kids at the same time that RPM is airing on ABC Kids, they probably would have been able to do more with it. Because the thing is, like, honestly, I hate how some shows use it's a kid show as an excuse to subvert certain character elements, because I think having more raw and visceral emotions in certain scenes would help kids like empathize with the scene more, not less. Because sometimes kids need to know terror and hopelessness in order to appreciate the concept of regaining hope and having courage, for example. And that's why I think and Linkar goes into this when he did his review of Super Mega Force, where it's like, there's a difference between Countdown to Destruction and Legendary Battle, because they weren't just because in the Countdown to Destruction, they weren't just destroying thousands of ships in one go. No, they were struggling. They could have died.
But of course, because I want this to be a Power Ranger round, a Kamen Rider review.
Right.
But this is what happens when you allow Karens to have a voice. Just saying. Episode 32. Yeah. We get your boy TRZ. We get your boy Mark Danasco. Has appeared.
Mark Dacascos.
My fault. Mark Dacascos. Now, if anyone does not know who Mark Dacascos is, you've probably seen him on multiple occasions. If you are a Keanu Reeves fan, you've probably seen him in John Wick Chapter 3. If you are a Mortal Kombat fan, you saw him in Season 2 of Mortal Kombat Legacy. If you're a Jet Li fan, he was in Cradle to the Grave. This man has been everywhere.
If you're a Crow fan, you would have seen him in Crow, Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven, yeah.
I grew up watching Stairway to Heaven.
See, I didn't know who Dacasco was until I saw Cradle to the Grave. Yeah, because I thought he was when I was a kid, I thought he was the same dude from Romeo Must Die, the villain from Romeo Must Die. I was like 5-6 years old when Cradle to the Grave. No. This movie came out in 2003. I was 7 or 8 around that time, so my bad. But other than that, Dacasco's in, and you find out he is the dude who is going to bring back the rest of the Kamen Riders who have died. He is the doctor. He is the Grandmaster Rider, essentially. Yeah. So while all that's going on, like, we see, he's like, hey, listen, Len, I know your girl, I know your boo is gone, but you're going to need backup until I can get the rest of the Kamen Riders back. Hey, Amaya, here's her deck. Wait, what? Yeah, here's her deck. Like, you've been chilling with Len and Kit this entire time. You can do it. What's his name again? Naboo?
Ubulon.
Yubelon. So Yubelon is like, hey, look, Amaya, you got it. You good? You be hanging out with these fools this entire time?
Yeah, I genetically assign the decks. I can reassign them too.
Yeah.
And as for fighting skills, and then she and Len have like a bit of a sparring match, and she's like,
I know
kung fu.
Yeah. You beat me to it. So the rest of the episode, they are fighting. He takes her to around the area, and also we find out that Adam, the original Dragon Knight, who betrayed until we find out later on, he didn't really. Well, he kind of betrayed, but not really. He was stupid. But Adam is still around, and Adam got a girlfriend. She ain't that bad looking. Sarah kind of cute. I'm just saying. Not kind of, because you should never say she's kind. She was cute. I'm just saying. And Xavier is like, hey, yo, look. I need you to do me a favor. He's like, I don't want to talk to you ever again. You're the reason why my entire team is dead.
I have altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
I need you to I need you to go find Len, and I need you to go and stuff like that. And he's like, no, I'm not doing business with you no more. Okay, I mean, you don't have to. I mean, I can clearly tell your girlfriend what you've done. So,
how would she like to know that she wasn't on Ventara and her own family is gone because of you?
Exactly. And he's like, all right, what do I gotta do? I
need you to 86-year-old friend Wing Knight. Meanwhile, Maya donning a black jacket, long black boots, long black hair.
I have an issue with this, and if I can retort, why do all the Kamen Riders wear black? The Matrix was so.
I'm wondering that myself.
The Matrix was so 1999 to 2004. It is 2009. It is 5 years after the events of the Matrix. Why is everyone wearing all black, and why is everyone driving motorcycles? Can't someone afford maybe a Dodge Ram or a Ford Mustang or something like that?
What I find really interesting is, in the Japanese version, not all of the riders actually had a motorcycle, but the thing is, there is a motorcycle that they all use to travel between the two worlds. It's like you just walk through the mirror. There's that motorcycle waiting for you. You will pop inside. It closes in. It drives you to the mirror world, and there you are. And every single one of them had that motorcycle. But in Dragon Knight, they added the whole your regular motorcycle transforms with you when you go to the Advent Void.
I have no problem with that, but
which would have been great for toy sales if only they made more than just the two of them and made more commercials.
Oh, man, let me tell you about these toys in Dragon Knight, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, Amaya whoops some tail, and as Len and her are about to leave, they're getting attacked by a monster. She's gone by now. She's already back at Battle Force. I'm not Battle Force, at the G-Men headquarters. Mm-hmm. And this is when Wing Knight sees Dragon Knight.
Wait, there's one more thing that happens in that episode.
What?
A certain nerd gets a certain indecent proposal.
Oh, yes! Trent is now part of the G-Men. Which, funny enough, Lacey leaves at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. Because Lacey's like, listen, I've dealt with way too much of this alien otherworld stuff. I need to go home and give me a latte or something. Once again, Lacey ain't about that life. And clearly, Amaya I'm still mad that Amaya didn't wash her when she found out she snitched on her. That's just me.
Right.
So JT
only one other person has been offered to join the G-Men.
And that is Trent. And Trent
No. Only one other person other than Trent has been given the offer.
Oh, who?
JTC.
Mark? Oh, JTC. Oh, yeah. But we'll get to JTC in a minute. So Trent, now styling profiling, is now Super Geek Squad. to find where these transmitters are, because you find out that Xavier's plan is to use these transmitters to open up dimensional portals to pretty much bring create a brand new Ventara by destroying Earth. Essentially, he's trying to do what Man of Steel did 5 years later when Zod was trying to bring trying to destroy Earth by creating a brand new Krypton. That's essentially what he's trying to do.
Krypton, it's Karsh.
Yes. Oh yeah, Karsh, and we'll tell you about that in a minute. So the episode ends. Episode 33 picks up, and this is when you find out because throughout the entire that episode, Ubulon has gone into the Nexus, or whatever the hell it's called, and he Advent Void, because he's like, I can bring them back because I'm the failsafe. In case they die, I can bring them back just like that. He's grabbing former writers and stuff like that. And when he comes back in episode 33, we have Drew, JTC, and one of the Chos. I take that back. We don't. These are the original forms of the Kamen Riders from Ventara. We have
Price, Chance, and Hunt.
The most. Okay,
and what's his name? Trent was right to freak out because the Earth equivalents of them have been like some of the biggest jerks in the entire show.
And Amaya had the right to react the moment she saw Price, who was supposed to be.
I felt bad for Price, to be honest.
Yeah, because Price is JTC's doppelganger. Yes, we're making references to the Flash, and he's like, "Oh, hey, my name's Price. How you doing?" And she's like, "No, I'm good." But Len had to explain to them, no. These are the original writers. See, on our side, like these are the original Kamen Rider Strike, Axe, and was it Thruster? Torque. Kamen Rider Torque, Axe, and Strike. The rest we're still trying to get back. And she's like, "Oh, okay." But then he also tells Mark DeCasco, "Hey, look, Adam's back." And he's like, "Well, we got bigger fish to fry. We got to destroy some of these transmitters. One of them is actually in Africa right now, so we got to take that out." And while that's going on,
Ubulon goes back into the void to retrieve Kid and Case, while Adam tries to convince Hunt that he's with the good guys, but he's like, "Nah, man, I don't believe you. You betrayed us. I work alone."
I am about that life.
And what I find interesting is how like Hunt makes a bigger deal about being a solo artist than Len is being known for. Like Len had the reputation back on Ventara for being the lone wolf, yet Hunt is being the guy who's like, "Nah, man, I ain't teaming up with anyone." But so later on, he does try again to help out Maya when she injures her leg during a fight with a group of sheer ghosts. By the way, those are the new monsters.
Yeah.
The white ones. So you got Gelnoots, sheer ghosts, and then later you got Rage Dragoons. But the point is, Adam helps Maya out, and he's like, look. I know that Len did not lie. I did technically betray you guys, but the thing is, it's not entirely like that. Please give me a chance to explain myself. And then out of nowhere,
no, hold on. No. That's episode 34. Episode 33 is him trying to win Hunt's trust and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So back up. After that episode 34, which is filmed at our school, by the way. Case and Kit Taylor are back from the dead. Mark DeCasco takes Case back to the G-Man headquarters, but also gives because Len what do you call it? Kit Taylor saved Len and one of the other homies. I think it was Stryker. It was Strike. Him and Strike were being attacked, and he came in as the Black Dragon Knight now, which is awesome. Yeah. And he tells him, like, "Wait, Kit, you're still alive?" Like, yeah. So this is what happened. Flashback when they got teleported to Seaside. DeCosco's like, hey, look, man, look, Adam, look, one of Xavier's homies took your deck. Here's your deck. And he's like, and this is when like Kit almost has like a PTS. You're like, no, no.
I had a dream. I killed both Case and Len with this deck. I want no part of this.
Hell no.
I don't want to be Spider-Man 3, man. I don't want to be Spider-Man 3. Adam can be Spider-Man 3. He got the comb over. Oh, speaking of which, like originally, like Adam did have a comb over, and it's like, and like Isaiah's like, you need to convince your friends, and he puts his head on his head, and I'm like, and like at first you think he's going to implant Kit's memories to Adam so I could trick them into thinking he's Kit, but no, he's just like, shh. So now he looks like Kit.
So and DeCosco is like, because I'm gonna keep calling Mark DeCosco because Ubelon's cool, but I like Mark DeCosco. DeCosco is like, listen, that was just a dream. Every writer has that dream. You're okay now. Take this deck, okay?
What's interesting is that makes me wonder if in the Dragon Knight continuity there could have been like Onyx versions of other writers, like imagine a Black Torque, a Black Sting, a Black a Black Wrath.
That would probably cool. Be like for like that would been like kind of like their stealth missions or something like that. But that's different story. So Black Dragon Knight is now here. It's awesome. I know it's Onyx. I know it's Onyx, but Black Dragon Knight sounds better. So as Adam does save Amaya. And keep in mind, and for some reason, Amaya is still. I'll get to that in a minute. Amaya's still rocking the black. Kit finds Adam, and we have a Dragon Knight versus Black Dragon Knight fight, which is so awesome. This fight was lit from beginning to end. The rest of the second half of the episode is them fighting, and it's really, really cool. Oh, by the way, before we move on to the next episode, I just want to say I love the chemistry between Price and Chance, because Price and Chance are legit just lowballing each other. It was like she just looked at me so weird, and he's like, well, yo, Price, doesn't every woman look at you weird like that? It's like, shut the hell up. I love
and I love like the kind of relationships Price and Chance have with like other characters, like honestly, like Chance and Michelle Walsh kind of remind me of the tactical forecaster and Neil from Kamen Rider. Sorry, not Kamen Rider. Gundam 00 season 1. Yes. Because she's the boss, but he's busting her chops, and like they're cool with it. But I also like Price's relationship with Maya because it's like he basically has to redeem himself for a crime he did not commit and prove to this girl, it's like, I'm not the other guy, okay? like I apologize if my face offends you.
Right. So it was cool. It was really cool to see that, and it's Amaya who stops him from fighting. Like, hey, look, no. Mark DeCosco stops him because friggin' Black Dragon Knight is about to vent Adam, and DeCosco's like, no. Let's hear him out.
Some dreams should not come true.
Yeah, and they stop, and then we get to episode 35 when we find out why Adam did what he did. Because you find earlier we forgot to mention this. Adam killed the rest of the writers in their sleep because remember every 12 because remember every 12 like he was the last person to be awake. Because they have a cycle every 12 years, someone will go to sleep and another writer will come in. He killed all the Kamen Riders
except for Case, and like because she happens to be the next writer in the rotation. At least that's what makes the most sense, since you have a 3-day period when you switch positions.
Yeah.
So and it kind of makes sense because she was the one that woke Len up, and she was the one who got him his advent deck in time to stop Adam and the rest. So I imagine that whatever order they were in, it was Adam's turn, and then it was Case's turn. It would really suck if Len and Case did not have adjacent positions, because 12 years and you don't get to like be with that one person you want to be with. But this raises a good question for me. Is if they've been around since Roswell, like these 12 characters have been around since Roswell, how come they have Earth counterparts that look completely identical to them? Like, shouldn't they be like younger or something? Like that. And honestly, I think a lot of the problems could have been avoided if instead of doing basing this off of like 1 year rotation every 12 years, they would do a 1 month rotation every 12 months. That way you get to spend more time with the person you love while they're still alive.
Right.
And quite frankly, what's it called? And to my understanding, it wasn't even Ubulon's fault that this is happening. This had to have been something that the writers agreed to, because they were all around when Ubulon was around, and they only did that whole hibernation thing because Ubulon was gone. So Ubulon could not have been the one to make them go to sleep every 12 years. That would have had to have been something that the writers came up with.
I don't know, man. Look, man, the show only lasted 40 episodes, so we'll never get that answered unless we talk to an executive who did Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. That's a different story. So
I did meet Steve twice.
There you go. So Adam tells him why everything went down the way it did in the next episode, which is 35. Adam fell in love with Sarah, and he did not want to go back into hibernation. Mm-hmm. And this is right. Keep in mind, this is like he's still kind of feeling it because Ubulon's dead, kayfabe. So Xaviax, being the master of disguise he is, he's like, hey, listen, I knew Ubulon. Maybe you can help me. And that's what he's like. And he had me vent you guys by accident. Blah 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 blah. And everything like that. It's like, oh. So you're just and essentially Case is like, so you're just a dumbass. That's essentially what you're telling us.
Yeah, let's be honest. Adam's a bigger dumbass than Kit from those 3 episodes way back.
Yeah. So
and this will reflect on him in a few episodes too.
Yeah. So they have to go and get the rest of the stuff. So so they split into 2 teams. So Kamen Rider. So.
Strike and Axe go to Australia, while
Strike, Axe, and Hunt. Strike, Axe, and no,
just those 2 go.
No, DeCosco was with them too. Oh
yeah. Those 3 go to Australia, while Dragon Knight, Wing Knight, and Torque go to some other location. I think it's Europe. I could be wrong.
Which is in California. They're in an area in California. We all know that.
Yeah, while Kid has to stay behind to protect the No Man secret base just in case. And Trent makes the perfect retort to that. It's like, now you guys, Kit, now you know how I feel when you guys run off.
Oh man. Oh, also we have a little heart to heart with Trent and Maya because Maya gave her Kamen Rider Siren deck back to Casey. I keep calling her Casey, Case. And he's like, and she tells him, and she tells the exact same thing she said to Trent to Case. She's like, I'm not a fighter. Like, my best fight is when I report things, where I report the evils that are going on, or the corruption, or the fake news. That's my battleground. And Case is like, respect. Don't stop cub chasing. I'll explain that joke in a minute. So, while in Africa, kayfabe Africa, which is somewhere around maybe Kenneth Hahn Park or some area around the Hollywood, near the Hollywood sign, because I'm pretty sure that's where they filmed the deserted area of Africa at. Hunt is knocked out. He's incapacitated, damn near comatose. So that team has to go back to No Man Base while Torque, Wing Knight, and Dragon Knight fight this new monster that's actually behind.
It's a shield boar. Shield border. Man, the names are really weird. But because Wing Knight and Torque are overwhelmed, it's up to Dragon Knight to take the virus USB to the location of the transmitter. And he's like, I don't trust you, but I want to be able to. So don't let me down. And he's like, so he takes it and runs off. And where he's intercepted by Zayax, he's like, oh, good, you got the virus thing. Here's what we're gonna do. You hand this to me, and I'll turn off the generator so that people think that the plan worked. Then I'll create an antivirus, and all of their work will be for nothing. And then you can finally see Sarah all over again. And unfortunately, he agrees to it. He hands him the virus plug thing, and I'm gonna start calling it the goober.
The goober effect.
The goober. Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah. So
episode 36. That was 35. Yeah, that was 35. 36 is when friggin'
things hit the fan.
Yeah, Dacasca. Xavier takes the form of Ubulon and fights Adam to like make him portray that, like give him a reason to portray the other writers, and that actually works. It works. But the real Dacasco, the real Dacasco was somewhere in LA, probably Century City, and Amaya and Kit Taylor show up. It's like, yo, man, like, what's with all this stuff, though? And that's when you find, and he's like, well, Evox and not Evox, Xaviex and I used to know each other.
Yeah, I used to work for him back on Karsh. Our planet was relatively destroyed, so we tried to do the whole Ratchet and Clank 1 plot where we kidnap people from Ventara to rebuild our planet. But I was damaged. A group of Ventarans helped me out. So much like the Nazi from that one movie with the guy from Law and Order, I decided to help out the Ventarans instead of enslaving them. So I created the Dex to fight back against Xaviex. But obviously I lost. Ventara's gone, and now he wants to do the same thing for Earth, and I cannot let that happen because it will be my fault that all of this happened.
Right, and after that whole explanation and that really terrible CGI of him turning into an alien. Actually, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it was a kid's show, so whatever. Adam goes back, and this is right after, because remember, Strike and what's his face? Axe went back to Africa with Wing Knight, and they managed to destroy the transmitter. And Dragon Knight. No, Black Dragon Knight.
Oh, but while that's happening, what's it called? Maya, Trent, and Michelle actually have this really nice heart-to-heart about reporting the truth and stuff. And what's funny is that Michelle says, we can't reveal the truth to everyone, but we also can't stop you from reporting on it as long as there's no evidence. People just think you're just speculating. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I'm like, damn, Michelle, you're a real sister.
So they destroy the transmitter, and everyone's laughing, everyone's having a good time. Adam being emo, crawling in my skin, and like he's like, oh, they're laughing at me. He essentially he's gonna carry everyone. They're all gonna laugh at you, and they were, but they weren't really.
And it was really weird. It's like, did they actually laugh and point in his general direction, or was he just imagining the pointing part? That's what I was curious about.
So the episode ends there. No, 36 ends with Xaviex building the antivirus to plug into everything. Episode 37, Wing Knight and Dragon Knight have to go to the final area, one of the last two final areas, to deactivate and to upload the virus and stuff like that. Australia, which again is in LA, but whatever. And as he's about to go, he fit like in public is and just walks in, and Amaya sees everything, and she tells Case and Kid like, "Hey, yo, Adam ain't right. I think you need to go talk to him." I think he might do something really stupid. Costco's like, yeah, go, yeah, you go handle, you guys go handle it, right? And that's when we see that Wing Knight and Dragon Knight are about to fight each other Len and Adam have like, I knew you were a traitor. I just knew it. It's like it's like, well, Ubion's just as bad as Xaviax.
Like, at least Xaviax gives you a fair deal. Yeah, it's a fair deal only until like he's done using you.
Yeah, and so they have an amazing fight throughout the rest of the episode because the whole rest of the episode is Case and Kit Taylor trying to find them, and it's a really dope fight scene.
Like, I hope this isn't what it looks like.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Like the fight choreography and everything like that. Now, here's a question: was that Japanese footage or was that regular American footage?
American footage.
So there is an area in LA that has that area that has that location. I gotta find that area.
Yeah, I think they even used. If you're talking about where with those shipping, that part with the shipping crates, yeah, they actually that's where they actually filmed that one sequence in Ride Along 2.
Oh, okay. Okay. So Len does beat Adam, is about to vent him, right? But Kit and Case get there. Actually, no. Adam's about to vent Len, but he has a change of heart, drops his sword, starts crying. He's like, kill me. I said kill me, damn it! Kill me! No, show no mercy! Kill me! And Len's like, nah.
And it's like, nah, man. We'll let Ubulon decide what to do with you. And like, it doesn't matter. The antivirus will stop, and then all the work we've done will be for nothing.
Which is true.
God damn it. Okay, let's go back to the base and tell Ubulon what's happening.
But everyone knows what's going on now.
So clock's ticking. Zayak's plan is set in motion. We only got about an hour or two before we fail. So time for the 2-part season almost finale, and have our final confrontation.
Do you want here? I'll let you talk about part 1. I'll talk about part 2. Go ahead.
Okay. So Ubulon's like, okay, guys, I'm ready to bring back the other 6 riders that are in the Advent Void. But it's going to take a bit of time. Meanwhile, I have a plan. Well, unfortunately, there is a barrier that's keeping us riders from getting in, but there is a way to get around it. We need to sneak 2 people who are not riders inside where the barrier is, on the other side of the barrier, and then have them bring in their own mirror so that we can sneak in through that mirror. The rest of you will be split into 3 teams. So Kit and Adam and Len, they fight off the Ray Dragoons, which are the blue dragonfly looking dudes, up in the city, while Torque and Axe fight off some sheer ghosts on the ground. Meanwhile, Strike is there with them in Team 1, and and then you got the 2 movie exclusive ones, Kid and Case, try to help Trent and Maya get into the base, and of course they could only take them as far as they could take them. What's interesting is that it's a real nice blend of different episodes of Ryuki, and it's amazing how because of the way they mix things up in the way the characters are written, you can actually combine episodes from stock footage from like earlier in Ryuki and later in Ryuki in the same episode, which is amazing. So thankfully, the 2 of them managed to get into the factory where the Karshan base is located, but then the 2 of them are attacked by a ghoul mirage and one of the stingers. I can't remember what the other monster was. Oh no, it was one of the squid ones. And thanks to some clever work, they do manage to fight them off by using the roll-up mirror reflective surface that they brought with them. but they're still outmatched because there's a lot of monsters there. But thankfully, they did manage to destroy the barrier, keeping the riders out of the factory, which takes us to part 2 of Bentara and Earth.
So Xaviax managed to hold on. Okay, so Xaviax managed to get everything to 100%. So he's now at full power. But they do get to Xaviax base. They split into 2 teams. So Wing Knight and Black Dragon Knight fight Xaviax. And I think Dragon Knight, regular Dragon Knight goes with them too. I don't remember. And they fight Xaviax. Xaviax is stomping a mud hole in these fools, right?
Yeah, you got Siren, Wing Knight, Dragon Knight, and Onyx fighting Xaviax, while the other 3 riders show up to help Trent and Maya. And when Chance does his thing with his better toys, like let's be honest, he pulls an episode 3 Carter Grayson.
Thank you, because I'm like, that would have murdered everyone in that freaking factory. Shoot, then boom. I'm like, dude.
And then of course Price is like, Maya, you okay? Okay, guys, let's go. And then Trent says something to Maya that I think is worth noting. You know he's not JTC, right?
She's like, I know. I'm wondering if he's single. So going back into that, and Xaviax is about to vent Len until Kit Taylor saves him. And Xaviax makes his whole evil bad guy monologue. Like, you can never beat me, I've already won. And the other writers are coming in, and DeCosco's like, actually, I already had Ace up my sleeve. And that's when the rest of the Kamen Riders who got killed earlier in the show come back. So you have Kamen Rider Spear, Kamen Rider Sting, Kamen Rider
Incisor, Kamen Rider Wrath, and Kamen Rider Camel.
Yeah, like all of them are back. And they circle Xaviax, who then powers down. And he's like, and he does his back on shield, like, go ahead and try to kill me. I'll be
back. Have you guys thought this through? You be honest, just as bad as I am. Kid, don't you want your dad back? And you, Adam, what are you gonna tell to Sarah once I'm gone?
I'll be
crunch time, people. And of course, everyone uses their link vent, which Ubelon gave them earlier in the previous episode. Which allows them to combine their final events. And boy, that scene was so beautiful. Link vent. Link vent.
Link vent.
Link vent.
Link vent.
Link vent.
Link vent.
Link vent.
Oh, man. Okay, fine. You ruined it. You had to Kamehameha, dude. Come on now.
Anyway. I already did Kamehameha.
Oh my god. Anyways. Alright, so yeah, they pull a Dragon Ball Z team up attack on Xaviax, and Xaviax gets blown to Kingdom Come. I'm gonna say this right now. William O'Leary, the man who plays Xaviax, he is a fantastic character actor. Unfortunately, I'm looking on his as we're talking, I'm looking on his IMDb. This man is still going. He was in Shameless recently. So this man is still going, and he was in NCIS as well. Listen, I need William O'Leary. If you are listening to this, man, you are one of the best character actors I have seen. Dude, this was awesome. Like, he legit, he has the amazing ability to just be over the top the entire time. He has what Michael Sheen had in Twilight, where he just stays over the top the entire time. So
wait, Michael Sheen was in Twilight?
Yeah. He was one of the Volturi dudes. It's Carlisle with an S. Him. So episode 39 ends. They've beaten Zodiacs. Everything is going back to normal. And they go through the mirror dimension. And Len, Case, and Kid Taylor are like, Adam, are you coming with us, man? Like this, you helped out, and we should have given you the benefit of the doubt, and we understand why you did what you did. Do you want to come with us? And he's like, I got some things to take care of real quick, and goes to see Sarah, who's in the vault. And then there is no next time Kamen Rider Dragon Knight because episode 40. So episode 40, they get. Damn it, TRZ, you ruined the joke. I was gonna be like, look, the first episode 40 is them making amends. She breaks up with him, but he wins her back with a blue trumpet. I'm joking. The first half of the episode is a freaking flashback episode. So in case you are that one person who didn't see Kamen Rider in the previous 39 episodes, here is a flashback episode that tells you what happened in the previous 39 episodes.
Well, technically previous 10 episodes, but doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Only the last 7-ish minutes matter.
Yeah, because it's an epilogue. It's a really bad epilogue, which honestly, okay, Kabuto, I know you said that they blew their budget after a certain point.
At that point, they were literally on fumes.
Right. But pretty much the epilogue is this. Ubilon brought back the Kamen Riders who died originally.
From Earth.
So, on Earth, the Earth doppelgangers, they brought them back and wiping their memories of becoming Kamen Riders. And now you see in like little short clips, like the Chos, they're doing charity work and all that stuff. Like they're helping out in the community. They mentioned that Chris Ramirez no longer has asthma,
and he rejoined the Marines. Marines.
And Adam gives his deck to Ubilon. He wants to live a normal life with his Earth girlfriend. They're doing charity work. Ubilon gives the deck to Kid Taylor. Also,
he gives Kid a choice between the two decks. Yeah, he chooses Dragon Knight.
Well, even though Black was better, but that's a different story. Because Black Dragon Knight is dope. He cures Kit's dad of a coma-itis or where the hell he had. And Amaya and freaking Lacey, now they reopened the bookstore and now they have a clothing line. Look through the mirrors.
Can work at the bookstore.
Yes.
And bookstore can actually make a profit because no one buys anything at that bookstore. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's not like the last bookstore in downtown LA. The last bookstore, everyone goes there. So, which would have been funny if they had referenced, listen, the last bookstore is beating us in profits. We need to make a change, people. And then Amaya, again, she can't expose what really happened, but she can tell in a fictitious story, knowing full well that she knows the truth of what happened. And she makes the Dragon and the Kamen Rider book, but not just any book, a children's. Because to teach kids a lesson, used as with Kit Taylor, Len, and Case as the protagonists of the book. Also, JTC not having the memories of being a Kamen Rider, being a scumbag.
No, it's Price.
Are you sure it was Price?
Yeah, it was Price.
Okay. Never mind. So Price, Kamen Rider Strike, and Amaya are now a couple. So my theory of her being a cub a cub chaser. If you don't know what a cub chaser is, it's when an older woman is trying to get with an older woman who's like maybe 10 or 20 plus years old. And like, let's say she's like 30 or 40, is trying to get with a guy who's like in like our age, like early to mid 20s. She's not a cub chaser because she's dating a dude her age, or I don't know because.
Well, technically, he's in his 60s.
Yeah, he's in his 60s. To be fair, I mean, dude, we're gonna go that far. We're gonna do that.
He's growth man, but he's in his 60s.
Yeah, true. Anyways, so and there you have it. And then the show ends with them. Like, even though Earth and Ventara are safe, there's still bad guys out there, but we know who to call: the Kamen Riders. Kamen Riders, Dragon Knight.
Okay, so I'll let you go first. What,
All right.
What did you think about the show as a whole?
The show as a whole, I said this in part 1 of our review. The show as a whole, honestly, was way ahead of its time. Steven Lunsford and Matt Mullen are. I already love them both to begin with, but to see them how American pop culture knew who they were from this show is amazing. Like, again, I have followed Matt Mullen's career for the longest. Ever since he was in Blood and Bone with Michael Jai White. Ever since he was Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat Legacy show. Matt Mullen is
I followed Matt since he was in that Pepsi commercial.
Right. Matt Mullen was an actor that I already knew about. And I did not know he was in Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. I knew he was in a CW Kids show, but when I found out it was Dragon Knight, I'm like, wow. Okay then. This is great. I think the story overall was spectacular from beginning to end. Yes, the flashbacks, we did not need the flashbacks. I think if they had just had one flashback, and that's probably when Case shows up, if they had that one flashback episode, that should have been where they stopped right there. You did not need to have a flashback when Chris came in, and then Case came in, and then when Adam and Sarah are making amends. I understand that the final flashback episode is being narrated by Amaya. But no excuses. You should only have one. But I understand, like you said,
it was weird enough when Next Mutation had 2 episodes.
Yeah, but I think the entire cast did a great job. Again, my only problems with the show, the lack of emoting when it comes to the characters. Like, I understand you were trying to be as different from Power Rangers, and you want to stay away from Power Rangers being compared to Power Rangers. That's fine, but at the same time,
emoting more would help, though.
Emoting more would help, especially on a kids show. A lot of kids are drawn to a character that shows emotion. And for anyone who's trying to write a children's book, a comic book, a regular book, or a TV show, remember that your audience, your children will understand what's going on if you give them emotion. You cannot have them being stiff. I'm not saying that this is the actors and actresses' fault. They did the best they could. They did what they did with the characters, and that is completely fine. But when it comes to a show like this, I think emoting would have worked a lot. And you saw emoting in the first few episodes when they ran the Kamen Rider Sideswipe, or what the hell that the rich boy, where he's like, "Hey, what's that? Oh, that's a dollar sign. That's my money right there." I like that. That was fun. Yeah. Another thing,
heck, even the TJ stories, like, there's no honor in beating a cheat. Like that was good emoting. That was good emoting. It's subtle, but it was good emoting. And then we even talked about this in part 2 of our retrospective. Like, my one biggest issue with episodes 16 through 29 was, it would be nice to see especially Maya, emote a little more grief when Chris died, because like, that was so Len not showing emotion. I can understand, because 1, he was a lone wolf, and 2, he was raised to be a soldier. This is not something he's used to. Kit, he's got a lot on his plate aside from Chris dying, because you've got the Cho brothers giving him crap. But Maya, like, she was the one who pushed Chris to join the team.
Right. And like, that's the problem. That's another problem I have. And honestly, that entire finale episode should not. What I would have done, I would have made it where you want to do an epilogue for every character. You do an epilogue for every character. You don't do the epilogue after with 7 minutes left on the clock. You should have done that entire epilogue. We should have seen Mark DeCosco bringing Kit's dad back from being comatositis, or whatever the hell it's called. You should have had where Chris finally expressed himself to his father, because keep in mind that one of the big subplots was Chris is like, "Hey, look, my grandfather was a Marine, my father was a Marine, and I'm a Marine. I'm a 3rd generation Marine, and my father, I know, is disappointed because my asthma is holding me back. 4th generation, my bad. 4th generation. Like, I know my father's disappointed. I would have loved to see him and his father actually make amends and everything like that."
I agree with you in that, and I've brought this up, like, as far back as 2010 when I first met Steve Wang himself. Yeah, my two biggest issues with this show, and one of them is more of a nitpick in comparison to the other one, but one of my biggest issues was the fact that there were 3 clip show episodes, and heck, even the nitpick one, which is like, Adam Dragon Knight and Kit Onyx
Black Dragon,
like the way they could have fixed that is get rid of one of the clip show episodes and do a thing where Len sneaks into Xaviax's base to retrieve Kit's deck, and he fights Xaviax, barely comes out alive, but he manages to successfully pull it out. But what he didn't know was that Xaviax secretly created an evil version of the same deck, like a black copy of the deck, and then he gives the black deck to Adam when he shows up. And it's naturally more powerful because Xaviax modified it. That would have been an interesting thing because even in Ryuki the movie, Shinji was having a hard time fighting evil Shinji, and what they could have done with the finale is do what like earlier seasons of Japanese Kamen Rider would have done, and just extend that final battle a couple of minutes into the last episode, where if there's only 20 minutes of like actual footage, not counting 20 minutes of footage, not counting the opening theme song and outro, you could have you could spend the first 8 or so minutes finishing the battle, heck even 7 minutes finishing the battle, and then use the rest of the episode doing like a better paced epilogue, and you could even have them do like do scenes together where like the characters are going about their lives, where the Cho brothers decide to like instead of stealing, work for charity. You could have Maya working with you could have Maya dating Price, and you have Trend, Michelle, and not Drew, Chance working together to create to establish what's it called, an embassy between Earth and Ventara. You could have bits and pieces of Ubulon trying to reclaim Karsh and bring people back. You could have a quick scene of Adam having a heart-to-heart conversation with Sarah, and even like the Evil Rider, Riders. You could have. For the Evil Riders, you could have Richie working at a burger joint, like learning to make money the hard way, because it's appropriate. Because it was suggested to him, you could be flipping burgers, Richie. You don't have to be fighting Dragon Knight and Wing Knight.
And on top of that, you could have been like where the original the cast sees him, and they're like, "Hey man, it's good to see you again. Sorry about like." Hey, look, man. And they'd be like, "Look, man. I gotta learn how to make money on my own. My father ain't gonna be around, and
and you could have Grant apologizing to TJ Storm for cheating at that one sparring match. It doesn't even have to be a big thing. Like just him apologizing for cheating at that fight
and Brett Taylor and Brett what's his face
and Brett Barrett clearing his name and he ends up winning a trophy in a real race, and then in the second to last scene you got Chris Ramirez confronting his father and having a heart to heart, and in the distance you could see Kid and Len watching over him, and then in the final scene you have Kid and Len becoming the new Riders.
Right, but overall, like I said, the final half of the show, honestly, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. But as a whole, again, I love the show. I honestly would. There are episodes. Some of my favorite episodes. The episode where Dragon Knight and Black Dragon Knight fight each other. That's one of my favorite episodes. This is definitely a show that I would rewatch with people who've never seen Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. Mm-hmm. And I honestly think that, because we're where we are now when it comes to how popular Kamen Rider is and Power Rangers and Super Sentai, everything like that in 2020, I would not be surprised if someone from the CW or maybe someone not Nickelodeon, maybe like Cartoon Network or like Nicktoons or Teen mm-hmm. Nick decided to try a new Kamen Rider show, like maybe do an American adaptation of Kamen Rider Fours or Kamen Rider mm-hmm. Zero or something like that. But overall, the entire show, I like it. 9 out of 10. All right. TRZ, I know TRZ, I know you pretty much summed up most of your problems right now, so you can give your
But I also have other comments I have to make. For example, like it's very noticeable that the show was running on fumes budget wise towards the end, and unfortunately, the show did get canceled 38 episodes in. In order to watch Ventar Earth Part 2 and the final episode, you have to go to the CW website just to watch those last 2 episodes, which is a shame because, like really they couldn't just spare airtime just for 2 more episodes just as a grace to finish the show. And,
Nope.
and one thing that really sucks is that part of the reason why the show did not do so well, like money wise, was because the time slot they put it in was not too great. It was freaking 4Kids. Let's be honest. And also there was like almost no advertisement for the show itself. Heck, the only reason I knew the show existed was because Joe Doherty told me that his friend was working on an American adaptation of Kamen Rider, and so I had to look it up on IMDb that it was going to be on the CW. And what's it called? Like even toy sales and toy commercials. The toys, I was only ever able to find toys at a Walmart where there's barely any good toys to begin with. Right. And there was only ever one toy commercial ever made that I know of. And it was the commercial for the 3 motorcycle toys, which to any random person, it would just look like a freaking Hot Wheels ripoff. Let's be honest. And both the commercials for the show itself and for the toys only aired during the time slot of the show. So if you happen to be watching Power Rangers RPM on ABC or Ben 10 on Cartoon Network or even like freaking Avatar: The Last Airbender on Nickelodeon, you wouldn't even know that Dragon Knight even existed. And I think the lack of marketing really made the show suffer. So I think if they got the Wang brothers back to write another season of Kamen Rider and give it and put it on a channel or time slot, heck, you could even put it on Netflix or Hulu, where and have it air 1 episode a week like Disney Plus does with Star Wars, I think the show can do pretty well. I'm pretty sure it'll be well taken care of. The marketing is going to show it a ton of love because I've even seen Japanese Toku critics say that even the ones that said that Ryuki was better than Dragon Knight, they still respect Dragon Knight because because unlike Saban's Master Rider, the Wang brothers showed their love for the franchise when they were adapting this. To show love, it doesn't have to be a shot-for-shot remake, but it has to have the spirit of the show, and I think it did a great job. And I think it did do something new with it that Ryuki didn't, kind of like how Power Rangers in Space was different from Mega Ranger. And, I highly recommend people check it out. As a series, I give it a 9 out of 10, and for the arc, I give it an 8 out of 10, just like you. But it's because the first 2 arcs were just that much better. And of course, if they fix those problems, this show would be perfect. It was ahead of its time. And I really hope that someone in America considers giving a third time a try. But this time, give it a better budget, better marketing, and put it on a channel that respects it more.
Right. And with that being said, let's look at some comments. So, Facebook and YouTube, thank you guys very much for joining us today. We're gonna look at some comments because I'm gonna try to post all 3 parts on YouTube at some point, maybe just that and the 0-1 stuff. I'm gonna try. Mm-hmm. But if you like this, make sure you leave a comment and let us know how you feel about Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. So until then, let's read some of these comments real quick. Hi Jen, how you doing?
Then we got
what's up, Monty?
Saying hi. How you doing?
Kit Taylor kind of looks like Jaden from Megaforce. What? Ooh, Samurai. I mean, okay.
He was in Megaforce. He was in Megaforce.
What? Kit Taylor was?
No. Jaden from Samurai.
Oh, okay.
So maybe he looks more like Jaden from when he was in Megaforce and not from when he was in Samurai.
Kevin, what's up, Kevin? Well, I know one of the actors was at PMC 2018. Wait, who? Yeah. Which one of the Dragon Knight actors was it? Was it Lunsford?
It was Stephen Lunsford, yeah.
Oh, well, to be fair, I ain't watched Dragon Knight around that time, so I wouldn't have known.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you hung out with him. So
in PMC 2010, they got a ton of the actors to show up on either Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I think it was Sunday morning. I know like the people I remember there being included Kit, Len, Michelle, JTC, Kit's dad, and Tony Sano, who played Albert. I don't remember if anyone else was there, but those are the people I definitely remember being there. And I had like a little tag that vinyl figures come with, and I had them sign it because like I didn't have like an actual poster. So like I had like half the cast sign it. One thing that made me really upset was I had this opportunity to meet Mark Dacascos because he was supposed to play Aaron from Titus Andronicus. By the way, that character, Black Excellence. So he was supposed to play Aaron, and I can't show up to the premiere, to the debut night of that production. And unfortunately, I find out the night before it was supposed to go on, Mark had to leave to film John Wick 3. So I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be happy or upset. And I actually had what's called a Gumbo Ride card I wanted him to sign. So and of course Kevin also says Michael Sheen is awesome in Prodigal Son. I've never watched Prodigal Son, so I'll take your word for it. So thank you everyone for watching all 3 episodes of our retrospective, and I want to especially thank you for watching this episode of the retrospective. So Kamen Rider 01 will soon be back on air with episode 36. So next week, assuming we don't have a ton of guests for interviews, we're going to do a special episode of Writer Time Podcast where we review all of the 01 quarantine special episodes. And yes, it mostly consists of flashback episodes. So,
but we will be talking about Kamen Rider Saber.
Yeah, and of course we will talk. We'll do a prediction segment on season 2 of Reiwa Kamen Rider Saber. What we want to see, what we think the plot might be about, who knows? Sky's the limit. And then the week after, we're going to go back to watching episode 36 of Kamen Rider 01. But until then, we got several Yellow Rangers and 1 Red Ranger coming up in our live stream interviews, including Where's Waldo? He's here tomorrow. Yes, Waldo Brooks, aka Dustin, is going to be interviewed by us. Not by me specifically, but by Morphin Network. So be sure to check that out. And next week we got Nick Sampson, aka Chip from Mystic Force. A few weeks from then we got Aisha from Mighty Morphin seasons 2 and 3, Karen Ashley, and we got Chris Kamen Lee, aka the 1K Ocean, most famous for killing a certain Eltaran.
A certain bald man.
Andros.
Yeah.
So be sure to check those out. You can find out the exact dates and times of those interviews on our Facebook and Instagram pages. So if you don't want to miss out on this video, previous videos, upcoming videos, be sure to follow, like us, and subscribe to Morphin Network on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and of course we have our own social media. Fox, where can they find you?
You find me on Friendster, Google Hangouts, MySpace, AIM. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @TheReckless_Fox, YouTube Reckless_Fox, and find all my latest game content on Twitch.tv/RecklessFox. If you want more content, myself, TRZ, and our girl Jen, we do a video game podcast every weekend, the Struggle Game Podcast. Episode 105 is on our SoundCloud page where we talk about the PlayStation 5 reveal and what we want to see on there. So if you haven't yet, be sure to follow us on soundcloud.com/StrugGame. That's soundcloud.com/StrugGame for our discussion of the PlayStation 5 reveal. TRZ, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And you can find me on Instagram at chrono_just_cosplay. And of course, go back to our SoundCloud because we are doing Keanu Reeves month.
Yes.
And we already uploaded our first episode of Keanu Reeves month with the lovely film Dangerous Liaisons, starring John Malkovich and Glenn Close. So be sure to check out that review on our SoundCloud.
Until then, guys, thank you very much for watching.
And of course, this episode
is brought to you by Ranger Stock Convention, November 13th to the 15th, 2020 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstockorlando.com for